In this video we're going to look at how we can create a supplier account. Now supplier accounts are important and required when a business receives goods or services on credit. So it will receive an invoice and then it has a certain amount of time to pay, say 30 days, 60 days or whatever. In these situations we need supplier accounts in order so that we can keep track of how much is outstanding to each of our different suppliers, as well as how long they've been waiting for their money. So this process is very much a mirror image of the process whereby we created a customer account. The starting point is a little bit different, however, because what we do is we go into the suppliers module. So on the left hand side of the screen I will click on suppliers. You'll note that I've already set up a supplier account for Freddie Jones, and will now set up a code for Keith Peterson. I'm going to use the wizard, which will let Sage take us through the process of setting up an account for this supplier. So I click on wizard, and this brings up a window where I can start off by recording the name, account reference and address of the supplier. So I'll record the name, we also need an account reference. Now Sage will create a default reference, but we need to make sure that the actual reference is recorded here. I'll record the supplier's address, and now that I've recorded the address I can click on next. In the next screen I can record further contact information, so I'll record the telephone number. I could record the fax, email and website address, but I'm just going to record the contact name. This is the person who we would get in touch with if there was a problem on the account, and then I'll just click on next. Now next screen I can record whether or not we are entitled to a particular level of discount, for example, and also where supplies from this particular supplier would be recorded in our nominal ledger. I'm going to leave all of this as it is there and then click on next. In our next screen I can provide some details as to the credit agreement under which we're trading with this particular supplier. So I can record the credit limit, let's say that that's £30,000. I can record if there is a settlement discount available. That's where we get an extra discount for paying before we need to. Well, in this example we don't have one of those. I can also record how long what the credit period is that the supplier is providing me with this. So in this case it's 30 days. I will put that in terms of, I will put a written version of that, so let's say payment in 30 days. Next, I can record whether the terms have been agreed. So have I actually signed up to these particular terms? Let's say yes, so I'll click that as yes. Now I've completed that screen, so I can click on next. The next couple of screens relate to bank details of our supplier, and this would be useful if I was intending paying the supplier using electronic means. I'm not intending doing so, so I will just leave this screen and the next blank. Our final screen enables me to record whether or not at the date I set this account up, whether I owe the supplier any money. Now we have the situation where um, this business owes Keith Peterson £1,320. I'm going to record it as one value, but I could click on yes as individual transactions, and Sage would enable me to provide a breakdown of all of the different invoices and credit notes that make up that £1,320 balance. But I'll click on yes as one value. I'll then record the date of this balance, so the 1st of the 1st 2017, and then the amount, £1,320. I can now create the supplier account. And you'll notice that Keith Peterson has now been added to the list of suppliers. And that's the process by which we create new supplier accounts.